Good evening and welcome to the real world. These last few days we're heading into the home stretch before Pesach. You wouldn't send a child to school where the teacher didn't prepare a lesson. We don't have that many opportunities to really speak to our children, to speak to each other, and to speak to ourselves. Like the Rambam says, sometimes you have to talk to yourself by the Seder. Even to you, yourself, to the child within you. So it's worth it to invest a few moments just to think what we're going to say, what it means, something amazing. A couple of weeks ago I saw the Medrash in Pashas Kisisa by the Egel Moshe Rabbeinu who pleads Klal Yisrael's case, and he says, Loma Hashem, Yechra, Apcha B'Amecha Hashem, you're angry at Klal Yisrael for doing Avodah Zarah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you put them in Mitzrayim for hundreds of years. You exposed them to a nation that was filled with idol worshippers, people who bow down and worship sheep. And now you have a Taina in Klal Yisrael that they absorbed the lessons of the people where you parked them for so long. Run Shalom. And that was Moshe Rabbeinu's winning Taina. It reminded me of something last year, Chalamoid Pesach, right at the beginning of this current situation, which we are still in. We had a family Zoom. Chalamoid Zoom was still like a new thing. It was still very exciting. It was like a Chalamoid trip. We had a family Zoom get together, and my uncle in London said over something he'd heard from my grandfather, from Yeshiva Ateres Besser, how he, by the Seder, my grandfather been in London. He said this over. He recalled a story about himself in the 1960s. A Jew came to see him, and he was badly in need of help. He was a survivor of the concentration camps. And like many others at the time, he was getting money from the German government every month, reparations, funds, and he counted on those funds to live. And when he had filled out the papers that made him eligible, he had fudged some of the details. Maybe it wasn't exactly precise, it wasn't exactly rooted completely in fact, that made him eligible for more money. And now they caught him after many years. So not only did they want to stop the payments, they were suing him back for the years back, which he had claimed money fraudulently, and they wanted all that money back. Thousands of dollars. He didn't have the money. He had gone to this person for help, that person for help. Somebody sent him to my grandfather. He said, Rabbi Besser, could you help me? And my grandfather said, sure. And my grandfather said, he's going to come to the meeting with the German consul. And my grandfather came. He sat down across some woman, and she says, listen, fair is fair. The Germans, fair is fair, precise is precise, truth is truth. This man claimed money that was his that really wasn't his, and we want it back. So my grandfather said, let me tell you the story. This man, we'll call him Mr. Friedman. He came to the concentration camps when he was 14 years old. And somebody called out the first or second day he was there, people who are 16 and over go there. So he went there, even though he wasn't 16, he was 14. But he understood that that was the difference between life and death. He intuited that if you go to that side, it would be good for him. And then a while later somebody asked him, does anybody here, any of the boys here know how to be an electrician? Anybody familiar with electrical work? And he said, yeah, I'm an electrician. They said, oh great, go over there and get to work, even though he had no clue how to be an electrician. He didn't understand where to put a wire, but he understood that saying he's an electrician would keep him alive. And another day, he found a crust of bread on the floor that had fallen from someone, and he quickly claimed it. And then a guard said, hey, is that your rations? Is that your piece of bread? And he said, yeah, it's mine. He knew it wasn't his, because he understood that to lie was to live. So my grandfather said to this woman, you're upset at him that he's a liar? Who made him a liar? Who taught him to lie? Who is the one who imbued him with this knowledge that being able to lie is the difference between survival and death? It was you. And now you're coming to him and you're upset because he lied to you? You made him a liar. So my grandfather would use this to say that which we say in the Haggadah, Vayareyu, Isanu HaMitzrayim. Vayareyu literally means they did bad to us. They wronged us. My grandfather said Vayareyu means a lashon of friendship. They became our friends. They exposed us to a way of life that brought us down, which is really what the Medrash is saying in Kisisa by the Egel. They exposed us to a way of life that brought us down. It's not the easiest time. We're not living in the easiest time. But one thing that's very, very clear over the last year is we got to be different. We got to be Yidden again. We got to say, no, this is not something we can do. This isn't something that works for us. We need to go to school, daven Marav, have minyan, whatever our things are. We were different. We were davening on our porches early on. From day one, we've been different. So coming into this Pesach, at least we could appreciate a little bit the gift that we're being given coming into this year, that he didn't make us bad. They only made us good.